So management of the ASP, aerated static piles. You want to watch temps and adjust your blower timer accordingly. So I just left my thermometers in the pile, and then every day I could go out and say, I'm at 145 today. I normally initially set the timer at about 30 seconds every 15 minutes. So that comes out to 4 times an hour. If you're noticing higher temperatures, so if you set it at that, and then all of a sudden the next day or two, you've got 160 degrees. I wish I would have put the slide up there. A pile that I had at that compost company, I think it was 199. It was 198 or 199. It was, I took the temperature and I'm like, whoa, oh my God, like this could catch on fire right now. I'm gonna get out of here. If that were to happen, you wanna run the blower for a longer time, so like 60 seconds. This is all by trial and error that I've found all this out. You can mess with it and try other things as well, but this is what I found. Higher temps, you want to run your blower for a longer time, so just like 60 seconds every 15 minutes. And this is all stuff that you can play with. This is just kind of what I go off of. If you've got lower temps and you need them to go up, then you want to blow less air in there, so you want to run your blower for less amount. So I'm strictly saying this is longer time, this is less amount. So 30 seconds every half an hour, so you're doing it less per hour. And experiment a bit. Just because that's worked for me, you might need to play with it. You're gonna have to play with it. If you're not getting 131 degrees Fahrenheit, you may need more nitrogen. And I forgot there was a lady that asked a question about if you're not getting temps high enough. And there was an instance at that place that I was consulting with that did the greens all the time. They had so much green stuff, so much nitrogen stuff, that they needed actually more brown stuff. And that's not normally the case, but in their case, they sent away a test to get the carbon and nitrogen on it and all that, and it came back super high in nitrogen but not much carbon. So once they added more wood chips, it took off, and I was like, yes. And I would have never have guessed that it was low on the carbonaceous material. So with ASP, you want to monitor it for 2 to 3 months, and after 2 to 3 months time, you should be coming to the point where it's going down in temperature. I go off of what Peter Moon says because he has so much experience with this, and I've had discussions on the phone with him. And he told in his manuals, he says to run it for 2 to 3 months, and then if you talk to him in person, he says you only have to really run it for a month, but I don't believe that. I believe it should be run for at least 2 months. And then you can cut the air off or move the material over to another area if you need to add more material to that. So if you're a composter who's trying to produce compost to sell, you're gonna wanna be refilling that aerated static thing so that you can produce some more compost. So you can take all that stuff to move it somewhere else to age and finish while you're making more compost. Otherwise, you can just cut the air off and let it sit there and age. So at this point, you can let it age to be used or sold. The whole reason I got into doing aerated static piles was because I want to do worm composting on a large scale. And in Tennessee, we have so much rain, again, that goes along with what I was telling you before. I see that windrows is not going to be a good solution to do. So it's good to pre-compost stuff. We're going to get into this with worm composting in a minute here. But you want to pre-compost stuff to put them through what's called PFRPs, or practices that reduce pathogens. And so by putting material through the thermophilic phase, you're going through PFRPs, and it also starts the decomposition process that you can then feed that stuff to worms. So that's why I had the fed to worms up here. So my intention is to pre-compost for 2 months with aerated static and then feed that stuff to worms. So you could feed it to worms, or you can let it age and just sell it as it is, or use it as it is. And you should have material that is finished in 4 to 6 months. Should. Depends on your starting materials. This is week 3 to 4 after starting. This is an apple core. This is an eggshell. This is a bamboo fork. And it's covered with It's hard to tell if it's actino or fungi. I think it's some type of fungi. But that right there, just on a side note, when you work with compostable foodstuffs, there are these compostable plastics that I hate because I've seen them in compost yards for like years after they've been gone through the composting process. They just don't really break down. So if anybody ever asks you the best thing to use for compostable cutlery, bamboo. You can see right there, it's already starting to be eaten away by fungi. So this is week 3 to 4, average temp 150 to 155. This is week 3 to 4. This is just to show the size of material. So you've got a piece of paper there that looks like maybe a brown paper bag. You can see a leaf. You can see pieces of straw, leaves. This is my pitchfork. You can see it kind of steaming there. You can see the black pipe sticking out there. Week 6 to 7. So now you're starting to get more homogeneous looking stuff. You can't really necessarily tell what's what. That's an eggshell that sticks out. That's my hand. You can see the moisture in there has made it darker in color, but I'm mainly trying to show you the size of the material at this point, week 6 to 7. So, month and a half. This is week 11 to 12, so almost 2 months. The average temp, so the air is still on at this point. My average temp is showing 80 to 90 degrees. The stuff that's on the very outside that hasn't really gone through the composting process, you can see is still rather chunky. Let me make this big real quick. But look at that stuff right there. Like, that already looks like compost. There's a little bit of a big chunk there, but like, that's already almost soil. I'm just trying to get the size across as to where compared to what we started. Here's a picture I've dug in. You can see the breakdown of material. This is a wood chip with saprophytic fungi. So one of the great things about aerated static piles is that you're not turning, and what did I say before about fungi? When you turn through soils or mix up material, you're breaking up fungal hyphae. We don't want to break up that fungal hyphae. We want to try to leave it intact, so the less we can turn, the better. And so that's one good thing about these aerated static piles is that we're not disrupting the biology. And you can see there that this is what you can see, and this is microscopic stuff. So there are threads that were out from this that we can't see that are filling up all this biology and are filling up all this material and breaking it down. This is a video to show you. Give me 1 second. Okay, this is 18 weeks. And this is a video to show you the size of the material after 18 weeks. I'll play that again. So did you see how much it's broken down by this time? Like, it's already compost. It already looks really good. 18 weeks. This is 6 months. And I'm showing you at 6 months. So this is finished. And I want you to see the particle size because this is extremely fine now. And I mean, like, you would hardly even need a screen for this stuff. Look at how good that looks.
Where are the fish teeth?
The fish teeth? I don't know, they're gone. We put a whole donkey in the compost pile at the large scale facility that I had. And I like to observe things, so I had to observe it over time, so I would dig in a little bit and monitor it. And it was like the next week, most of it was gone except for the bones. The bacteria just took it away. On that same note, I watched, you know when you go get gyros and they shave the meat off the thing? We had a couple of those at the compost facility, and it was on the outside of the pile. It wasn't even buried. I buried one, and I left one on the outside. I wanted to see what happened with it. And the one on the outside didn't break down, and wild animals didn't come and eat it. So like, I'm like, ooh, do I want to eat gyro meat again? Like, if it doesn't break down or decompose, I mean, like months. Or if an animal doesn't eat it, like, we had dogs coming in there and stuff, like, why wouldn't they eat it? At what age would the compost be good to go with your garden? So that's what I was saying. It should be finished in 4 to 6 months, but as long as you're down to ambient temperature or close to ambient temperature, yes.